Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to Let's Play Zoids Battle Legends. So we finally beat that mission, and now we can finally take on the Bloody Death Saurer. We won a Liger Arrow from defeating that mission, which the Liger Arrow is essentially a much more powerful and heavily augmented shield Liger. So we're going to be stripping down our shield Liger, our precious shield Liger that got us through so much torture, and we're going to be using the Liger Arrow primarily throughout the rest of this campaign, until we unlock something extra special a little bit later. So we're basically going to have the same weapons on as we did with the shield Liger. Mainly the B Cannon S thingy. That's our best bet. And obviously I want boosters now since they're now available, and equipped it with the latest and greatest of sub-parts. We have a gamma plug now, I think we didn't have that before, and a high out SB generator. So yeah, this thing is pretty well set up, so now we can change over to the Liger Arrow. It actually has quite a bit of health too. It has 2,800. That's probably the most of any Zoid we have at the moment. Go ahead and save real quick. Okay, so we have two allies actually, and it's just us against the Bloody Death Saurer. Our allies are, as you saw there, a Cannon Tortoise and a D-Bison. And the D-Bison is a Republic Zoid that's a heavy artillery sort of Zoid. And it does have a couple of good weapons, but overall I don't particularly care for it. I don't think it's all that great in this game, even though it was pretty powerful in the anime, or at least in the first series. So here we are, it's time for a boss battle against the Bloody Death Saurer, which is an extremely large and powerful dinosaur type Zoid, which in the anime there's only one of, and it was nearly indestructible, so it's quite a bit less intimidating in the game because it's scaled down a bit, and it's also, well, we can kill it. But basically we're just going to use the typical boss strategy, which is to just sort of zoom in and out like this and hit it with the our most powerful weapon. And it has quite a bit of attacks. It has I believe it has some missile launchers on its back, and it has two cannons, one on its upper back and one on its head, and it has a extremely powerful charged particle beam that comes out of its mouth. There it is right there. And if we get hit by that, then we're going to be nearly dead right away. So, and this thing can't really be knocked down, but you can tell when it's been staggered because it will raise its head up in the air in pain. But this really isn't all that difficult, especially with our two other allies to get him distracted. But I could probably beat him a little bit faster than this, but again, I was playing it safe and being conservative, and so far that's served me pretty well because I haven't even taken a hit yet. D-Bison fail. But yeah, if you stand behind him when he's using the charged particle beam, he really can't do a whole lot because he has to sort of stand in place while he uses it. I mean, he can move his head around and sort of hit anywhere in front of him with it. But the charged particle beam follows a projected path. He can't really choose where he aims it. He just fires it and then it sweeps over a specific area. So if it hits you, too bad. If it doesn't, then way to go. You exploited his movement pattern. But speaking of boss battles and speaking of, well, this game, at the time I'm recording this, only the first two parts are uploaded on YouTube. And I received a message inviting me to a sort of leaderboards tournament type thing for this game, which I thought was pretty cool. And basically it just works like any other leaderboards where people basically compete to get the highest score. So basically you set up a scenario, and then the two players compete to see who can complete it the fastest. And then they submit their video responses to the actual tournament video. I thought that was pretty cool, so I'll probably be uploading quite a bit more of those videos. Let's see, we almost got this guy down. Obviously the B Cannon S is going to be the most powerful weapon we have right now. Yeah, we defeated him, and I'm going to go and bash myself into him for no reason. Slowly he crumbles. So yeah, that took me a while to beat him the first time I played the game, but then I got the gist of it, that just stay away from the front of him. More dialogue, gonna go and skip that as usual. But yeah, I guess that means I'm gonna have to be bringing the Wii in and out of the other room to record. Ooh, we unlocked a D-Bison, which I'm never going to use, because like I said, I really don't think it's very good. But yeah, we're pretty much set for the next couple missions until we unlock the Koenig Wolf. I mean, we pretty much have the best Zoid other than the Koenig Wolf for the time being. Let's see, the next mission we're up against 2 Iron Kongs and a bunch of turrets. Now, Iron Kong is another sort of Imperial heavy artillery Zoid, which has some very specific and unique weapons, and it's also the only sort of bipedal Zoid in this part of the game, being it's an ape form instead of a 4-legged creature. So we start out outside of the base over here, and we're going to go work our way inside there so we can lure him out, or at least I'm going to attempt to, because there's 2 of them in there, and I at least want to get one of them outside here so we can have a little bit more room to fight it, because it's pretty tricky to actually fight both of them at once while in there. I mean, it's possible, it's just not very safe. I'm going to try to lure one outside. Now, there's quite a few turrets surrounding the base, and you can hit them if you are able to arc your weapons high enough, or if you had missiles, you could just lock onto it. But it's not really that important. As you can see, they still haven't hit me, even though I've been just sitting here for a few minutes, or a few seconds rather. There we go, I finally get hit right as I say that. But yeah, I'm trying to get one of these guys to come outside here. Come on, you know you want to. There we go. Oh, almost. Maybe I can just get one of them. But yeah, this one appears to have a Gatling unit, which is not really all that threatening of a weapon despite how big it is. And it doesn't really fire straight either, or at least it doesn't on the Darkhorn. I've never really used it on the Iron Kong. So, good luck actually hitting something with it. Okay, here he comes. Yeah, the Iron Kong is a pretty dangerous Zoid, especially because it has a lot of defense and a lot of health, and it has some pretty devastating melee attacks too. But it's a big target though, so it's easy to hit with our large cannons here. Managed to get him out in the open here, so he's pretty much a sitting duck now. But yeah, if I'm gonna have to bring the Wii in here to record for these challenges, then I'm probably gonna have quite a few Zoids videos before long. And if I do the tournament mode and everything too, geez. But I've got a lot of stuff to record with the PS2 still. I need to re-record my Half-Life walkthrough in HD. I actually started on that today. I've got to finally stop procrastinating and get around to re-recording the Wretched Deadlock walkthrough, because I still have the original RAWs from the Wretched Deadlock walkthrough, but they're not they're WMV files, so they're not compatible with my new Mac, with my new recording setup, so I can't use them. Which, I mean, it would be better quality for me to just re-record it and actually have it in 720p HD anyway, so that's probably what I'll end up doing. Anyway, getting sidetracked from the game here, right now I'm trying to take on the other Iron Kong, and I'm pretty much taking my sweet time with this, trying to stay alive, because I remember having a lot of trouble with this one too, and the first time I played the game. Obviously now it's not a big deal at all. Like I said, we have enough room to fight one of these guys in here, but I really don't recommend fighting the other one in here. I mean, like I said, I'm not an expert with this game, so I'm sure it's possible, but I just haven't gotten enough practice to perfect the way of doing it, so I'm just going to be overly cautious and fight the one outside and then fight the other one in here. And they are utterly failing at getting a hit on me, too. Like, most of the damage I've taken has been from that turret out there that I've neglected to kill. I mean, it's pretty sad. Here we go, finally. That wasn't too hard at all. Shield Liger looks kind of weird with boosters. Yeah, as far as I know, the Liger arrow never appeared in the anime, although it does look pretty cool, I must admit. Okay, so we get a Gojulus and a bunch of weapons for it now. The Gojulus is not a bad Zoid. It's actually pretty good. It's sort of the Republic equivalent of the Iron Kong. It's another heavy Zoid that is very slow moving. But I've never actually used it before, but I can't imagine it being very bad. Okay, next mission we have a couple Rev Raptors and a Geno Breaker, but we'll have to get around to that next time.